Hi Kent, and welcome to your second video. This one is very deliberately all about upper body strength. When we met, you had mentioned that your physio gave you the chin tuck thing to bring your body back in space and to help with a right shoulder thing and some stuff that you were feeling. That is great advice, but just to be clear, the chin tuck thing is an overcorrection on purpose to fix a bias. So the bias would be head forward, so the overcorrection is to chin tuck. But a couple of things to understand about your spine. It's S-shaped, and that it's C-shaped when we're babies, and then we have to look up around at people so we get this cool neck extension over time, over strength. But what that means for the most part, starting at the bottom of the spine, your low spine is sort of the end of the S, like I'm exaggerating here. So in your lower back, your spine is closer to the gut side wall of your body. So your spine goes in, and you'll see a lot of people have that tendency. So for the most part, we have to tame the tendency by doing a little tuck of the pelvis and the spine. But your natural spine, which we don't want to omit and eliminate, is lower spine forward in the body, gut side. And then middle spine, middle back, where I'm pointing to here, is bumped out. So your spine bones are closer to your back wall, like I'm showing, so that roundness. And you and I are going to do a ton of this today, a ton of rounding the middle spine. Because what has happened in movement and in treatment in the 80s and 90s is, with best intention, we've been taking that curve out of people's spine and just giving them more of a militant bamboo spine with good intention. But when I teach this, I reference Bessel, how we thought that was good, but now we know more and we know that it's not. So I teach a lot of flexion, the ability to punch the spine backwards, because that's actually where it's supposed to be. So if your low spine is more forward to your belly, your middle spine is closer to the back of your shirt, then to finish off the S, your upper spine, your C spine, is actually closer to the throat level of your body. It is more forward. So what you want to do, the refinement for what you were given is not necessarily tucking your chin, but more pulling the skull itself backwards. So if you actually just mock me right now and put your hand behind your head and then use your strength to pull your skull backwards without tucking your chin in, that's the refinement. That's the refinement, that's better. So I hope that makes sense. You can see the intention of the chin tuck thingy, but this is better, because we're better. Okay. Healthy shoulders come from healthy ribs, right here. So we get good at breathing, so we have more space, but I'll get you to hopefully this will show you the very deep strength of what holds up your shoulder blade. This is your shoulder blade. The shelf of your shoulder blade is your rib cage. So your rib cage has to be really strong, and it's what receives your shoulder blade. So it's not just one thing moving, it's two things moving into one another. So if you bring one arm forward like a plank pose and then have the other arm to guard it with your fingernails, if you pull straight down, I want you to feel, you can repeat that a few times, pulling straight down, da-da-da-da-da-da, and kind of locking. I'm hoping that you feel something at armpit level, which is your lats. So that general strength is so important to develop, because we spend a lot of time trying to stretch our neck when really we should be just strengthening our lats. See what I mean? Pull your arm out of your head instead of pulling your head out of your arm. That's how I feel about things. So lats, you'll hear me cue about this. When I say armpits or wrists pulling, that's your lats. Fancier than that, a deeper muscle that holds up your shoulder blade is called your serratus anterior. May or may not be the first time that you've heard that. How I teach it is binding fingers together, to trap them, like make some tension. And then just as you pull your fingers apart, because I know where it is, I can kind of feel this part of my body blowfishing out. Feel that. So it should feel subtle, but hopefully difficult. A wideness to the side barrel of your rib cage. So if you can get a hint of that, this is going to be, this muscle, this serratus anterior, is the whack-a-mole. It's the one that you get and then you lose. You get and then you lose. So don't worry about it too much, but this is the education for it. But the armpits pulling down, if you can strengthen that with the exercise that we're doing today, you are doing your neck a favor and you're developing good things. But it's pits down followed by wideness of the rib cage. So that's my pep talk. I'm going to begin this video with some wrist exercises. I am really used to standing on my hands and I don't work at a computer, so I don't really prep my wrists a lot, but you should. And feel really free to repeat these types of exercises throughout the video. If you want to give the video a pause and just take yourself through them or just start using wrist type exercises, that would be advised. Here we go.